Another Valentine's Day. Will you spend it alone, or will this be the year that you finally ask your crush out and get to express your romantic side? If you don't know how to go about it, then this is the video for you. Today we'll be going over how to get a girlfriend. Welcome to Mentor My Life. Before I begin on the how-to portion, we first have to go over two things. One, how most guys get a girlfriend, and two, how girls experience attraction. By understanding both, you can put yourself on the fast lane to getting a girlfriend for yourself. Most relationships are formed out of scarcity. This is because most guys keep to themselves, so they only have a small pool of girls to choose from, whether that's from school, work, or whatever social circle that they are a part of. They don't have any options when it comes to getting a girlfriend, so they have to settle for what's available to them. This tricks the brain into putting whatever girl they're interested in onto a pedestal. They treat the girl like a queen, not because that's how they truly feel about her, but because they are afraid that if she leaves, there won't be any other girls for them to choose from. This is why a high school crush can take such an emotional toll on a lot of guys. They are trapped within the confines of their school when it comes to getting a girlfriend, so they can't see themselves with anybody else other than that girl. Because of this, they become needy and they either don't get the girl at all, or if they do get the girl, the relationship usually goes toxic and they end up in a horrible breakup, which throws them into a deep depression. The next thing you have to understand is what drives a girl to be attracted to a man and what makes her want to be in a relationship with someone. To understand this, you have to look at it from a biological point of view. Everything in a girl's DNA tells her to find a guy that can provide security and protection, provide food and shelter, and has good genes to pass on to the next generation. This comes from two places. The first place it comes from is her relationship with her father, or other very important male figures in her life, such as an uncle that raised her or her first true love. This is the first person she experienced that provided her with the things that her DNA tells her to look for in a guy. As a side note, this is also a good way to decide if this is a girl that you should be pursuing in the first place. A girl will usually, for the most part, get into a relationship with the same type of guys that she grew up with. If her father is someone that she respects and he raised her in a loving way, she will be attracted to a guy that treats her with love and respect as well. But if her dad was abusive or absent, she will also be attracted to a guy that is distant from her and doesn't give her any attention. If a girl has daddy issues, she probably isn't the one, bro. Also, if a girl's first true relationship was an abusive one, where her boyfriend beat or cheated on her, she will also learn to be attracted to that as well, which is why those girls always seem to date jerks that don't treat them right, or they always go running back to that first boyfriend that they always had. The second place this comes from is evolution. Back in the caveman days, if a woman got pregnant, that meant she became completely dependent on the male to get food and provide her with shelter and protection. Even if she gave birth, she would still have to stay home and raise a child. Because of this, her DNA trained her to look for an alpha male in a group and have his child and his child alone. She couldn't risk getting pregnant from a beta male because that meant he couldn't provide her with the food and protection that she needed, which meant that her and her child could possibly die. She needed a strong alpha male to pass on his genes down to the next generation, because if her child was a boy, that meant he had a better chance of growing up into an alpha male himself and continuing to pass down their DNA. Now that you understand these two concepts, getting a girlfriend is actually quite simple. Step 1. You want to choose a girlfriend that comes from a place of abundance, not scarcity. How do you do this? You begin to approach girls that you find attractive, whether that's at a mall, bar, club, or a high venue area where a lot of girls go to. It could be at the park or even just on the street. You want your choice to come from a place of abundance because that's how you avoid being needy. It means that you choose a girl that you truly want to be with out of many different options, and it's not just some girl that's in your friends group who you just happen to start crushing on because that's literally the only girl that you talk to. It will allow you not to put the girl on a pedestal because you have to in order for her not to run away, but because you want to put her on that pedestal because she is a queen among queens. You can skip this step, but then unfortunately you'll be stuck picking out a girl out of scarcity that you probably don't really love. You become needy because you don't have any other options, and because of this, your relationship becomes toxic. Step 2. You want to be an alpha male. What is an alpha male? It is a man who is confident, who has a purpose, and who knows exactly what he wants and isn't afraid to go after it. I have a video on how to be an alpha male, which goes much further in depth on this topic that I recommend you all watch. Once again, a high quality girl is extremely selective with who she hooks up with because she can't take the risk of getting pregnant by a beta male, and then being stuck raising his child, and then having to take care of herself and her child alone. She has to find an alpha male and she will shoot away anybody that isn't one. You can skip this step, but unfortunately then you'll be stuck with lower quality girls that an alpha male doesn't really want, and girls that have to settle for beta males because they can't get an alpha male for themselves. Step 3. Ask her to be your girlfriend. If you've done step 1 and 2 right, then step 3 is the easiest part. A girl will already be in love with you because you are an alpha male, and because you are getting a girlfriend out of abundance, it doesn't matter if she says yes or no, because you have other options. You are happy if she says yes, but you are also happy if she says no, because then you can move forward and on to the next queen that you've chosen. In some cases even, if you've done the first 2 steps perfect, then step 3 will never come. Because you were just that guy, she'll be asking you to be her boyfriend because she can't risk somebody else cuffing you up before she does, meaning she will miss out on you. I followed these 3 steps to get a girlfriend because I truly believe that a man cannot come into his fullest prime without a queen by his side pushing him forward. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe, leave a like, comment your questions and statements down below, and share with your friends. Catch you guys next time.